Alright. Evans Notch. So far, of all the places that I have discovered with my motorcycle, this is my favorite. So here we go. And I won't have much more time to do this one before winter comes. I mean, assuming that it's still open. I hope it is. I hope I didn't ride all the way over here for no reason. But I really do like this ride, this road, this notch. Look at that cool creek that has like no water in it, but it's usually pretty full. At least last time I came here it was. Yay, it's open! Success! Means I don't have to turn around and be sad. So this technically isn't Evans Notch yet. This is the road to Evans Notch, but... Ooh! Right here, right now, officially, I'm on Evans Notch. So, welcome aboard. And the first time I discovered this road, I almost got run over. Because, I mean, I don't know if it's... You could probably tell. The road's pretty skinny. And there was a utility van behind me on this. I don't know why there was a utility van behind me. But I was doing like 40. I think the speed limit in here is 30. So, that's a secret. I wasn't doing 40. And I looked in my mirror because they were riding my butt, like they were really right behind me, and it was bothering me, so I kept looking behind me. And as I was looking behind me, I hit a bump, and it just kind of threw me like, whoa, kind of off balance a little bit. And I looked behind me again in my mirror to see where the van was, and it was gone. And it's like, where'd the van go? And all of a sudden, next to me, it was like right next to me on the side of the road. And like I wasn't riding like in the shoulder, I was like in the middle of the road like this, like. And the van, it like almost clipped me. So, and then they proceeded to just do about probably 75 through this notch. And I kind of tried to catch up to them so I could get, I don't know, a license plate or follow them to where they were going so I could yell at them. But, I don't know, something about riding through here at 70 miles an hour was a little bit sketchy because I didn't know the road. I didn't know if there was any bumps. I didn't know whatever. Plus it's dangerous and it's against the law and wasn't worth it. So cool story. I almost got run over on this road. While I was telling that story, I also noticed that there must be a lot of cool little bridge, a lot of like mica, I think it is, in the tar here because it was all sparkly. I don't know what's down there, campground I guess, or wild river, I don't know, to be explored some other time. But yeah, the tar back there was like glitter tar. It's not glitter tar over here as much. There's a little bit, but not as much. Once I get to the top, I think there's a area to pull over. So I'll do that. Get off and walk around, look at the view. I'm not really going up right now. It's kind of more of a flat ride. There's a little bit of an up to it, but nothing too crazy. Doodly doo, doodly doodly doo doo. I like that I'm out here and there's nobody else. There's nobody behind me, there's nobody in front of me. I haven't passed anybody yet. I don't think. Maybe I have. But it's just like me and nature and Hoggy Lass, and we're just cruising through the wilderness, you know? It's awesome. Thinking back to the day that I found this road too, it was the same feeling that I got when I did the Mystery Road. Oh, that was a terrifying bump because I was one-handed. Anyway, when I was on the Mystery Road, and I had no idea what that road was, and it was such a pleasant surprise. This road gave me that same feeling, but I like it more. Mystery Road is good, don't get me wrong. I do enjoy Mystery Road. But this one is just so much fun. I mean, it's just nice. And wilderness, and I can't even describe it. It's just so much fun. And nature. And it's bumpy in some places, I guess. It's hard to see them the way the sun is right now. It's casting a lot of shadows, so I can't tell where the bumps are. So they're kind of catching me by surprise, which is terrifying and exhilarating. I put my other hand back on because it was scary when I hit that one big bump with one hand. Thought I was going to do a flip. I also really like this road because it's not short. I like Hurricane, minus the fact that it's extremely bumpy. I like how it's like a mountain road. This is kind of like a mountain road. But it's not really short. It's actually pretty lengthy, and I like that because it's a fun, nice, cool road. I've said that about 30 times now, and I also realized that I just exaggerated a lot by saying 30 times. But I know I've said this is a cool road multiple times. So I just want you to know. I want you to know that I know that you know that this is a really exciting, cool road. All right? I'll try to stop saying it's a cool road now. So I am now ascending to the top of whatever this is. I don't know if it's a mountain or it's not a mountain, it's a notch. So it goes in between two mountains. I guess that's what a notch is, right? A road that goes between two mountains or whatever. Maybe I'll probably research that one and I'll put it up so you can know as well as me, find out what a notch is. Why is there a semi-truck on this road? What are you doing? Why is there two of you? This is insanity. You don't belong here. It's a teeny tiny road. A fellow moto person, hello. Glad to see another moto guy out here enjoying the nature. That's cool. It's like an archway. I always wave at the bicyclists and they never seem to want to wave back. Whatever. Aha, a viewpoint ahead. We can look at the mountain. Alright, so slow my roll. Oh, cool, motorcyclers! They're talking about me. This is the view. Yeah. Wow, pretty windy. Pretty cool. But, lost my train of thought there. It's cool that there's a sign there that, or a sign or a plaque or whatever, it's talking about falcons, the peregrine falcons that nest around here, or in some other places. I just was reading some of the facts on them, and it was saying that they can dive up to 200 miles an hour. That's crazy. Imagine flying 200 miles an hour down and then being like, I'm gonna stop now, and like, or catching a rabbit or something. That's insanity. But that's the tippity top of Evans Notch, and now I'm going down and gonna head back into town and get some tasty food. Try to go skateboarding. I last week went skateboarding and I rolled my ankle, and that's an issue in its own. I'll tell you a story as I descend the mountain pass. Many years ago, I was snowboarding, and I got struck by a little bit of irony because I was making fun of a skier doing some fancy turns, like fancy turns. So I started doing fancy turns on my snowboard and laughing and giggling with my friend that was riding next to me. And when I turned back forward to look where I was going, that exact same skier that I was making fun of was stopped in the middle of the trail, and I collided with him, and I did some tumbles and he did some tumbles, and he was okay, which is good. I'm glad he didn't get really hurt, other than like being like football checked. I, however, twisted my ankle pretty badly inside my boot and tried to snowboard my way down the mountain. Didn't work, so I had to get taken down in the sled, which was quite an experience. If you've never been carried down the mountain in one of the ski patrol sleds, I'll tell you now that it's not really fun. I mean, it's kind of like a roller coaster ride, I guess, with the amount of thrill that it is. It's like you're strapped in and you're just looking at the sky and you're moving down a mountain. You have no control over what's going on. So it's a little bit unnerving, but I made it down. I had to go to the hospital, and turned out I sprained my ankle really badly. Got myself an air cast. Doctors told me, hey, you probably shouldn't do anything for a couple months, let it recover, doodly-doo, da-da-da, the usual stuff. And I was a teenager, you know, I was like, you know, I'm not gonna be totally done with doing everything I love to do. I'm a very active person. So after I was done with the crutches, I was able to walk around, and I decided, hey, I'm gonna go skateboarding now, because it was spring and I wanted to skateboard, you know. And sure enough, yep, you guessed right, I rolled my ankle while it was still healing, and it just became a big problem. Pause that story for a moment. There's a historical site here, so I'm gonna go up here. Off-road adventure and historical site. I'll resume the ankle story in a moment. I don't know what this is. Parked vehicles must display a recreational pass. Okay. It's a hiking trail. Alright, I thought it might have been something cooler than just a hiking trail. 30-minute parking? Yeah, once you hustle through that hiking trail 30 minutes, we're going to tow your car. Like anybody's going to tow a car up here. That's just silly and outdated. Okay, back to the ankle story. So it's been many years now since I initially injured myself, but my ankle has not recovered. So it's kind of just a jelly now, and it just decides whenever it wants to roll. Get out of the road, Deb. That's right, it kicked you. Whenever it wants to roll itself, it does. I've broken my ankle while skateboarding that I guess I didn't really know about. I went to the hospital a year later because I rolled it skateboarding again, and they told me I had a year-old fracture, but it healed straight, so yay me. Yeah, my ankle's a piece of doo-doo butter, and I don't like it. It's really a jerk, and it just explodes all the time. So, long story, I know. It makes me want to just start being a cyborg and get like a mechanical ankle. I don't know if that's a thing, if I can go to the hospital and be like, you know what, I don't want this one anymore. Give me a machine one. I want to be a bionic ankle person with a, yeah. I don't want it to be a prosthetic ankle. I want it to be bionic. I want a cyborg ankle that's fully functional. It's just made out of machine parts and works better than my bum ankle that I have now. So that's the ankle story. You're welcome. And that's also the end of Evans Notch. I mean, I'm back on a pretty much main road now. This farm right here, the last time that I came to Evans Notch, I was coming this way. I was going towards the notch, and the sky was like this. It was beautiful out, and I rounded this corner up here that I'm going to get to in a second, and I stopped at that farm because over the mountain back there, it was just absolute doom clouds of death, of destruction. And I went, oh, okay, I guess I'm not going over that because it looked like doom and destruction. So I turned about and I headed back home, and I got about halfway home before the doom cloud caught up to me, and it said, haha, nice try, and I got rained on really badly. So, pretty neat, I know. Pretty neat indeed. So there you have it. That was Evans Notch. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I like Evans Notch a lot. And if you're ever in the New Hampshire, Maine area, go check it out. It's pretty cool. Fun ride, fun car exploration thing, I guess, maybe. There's some hiking trails up there, some history, some falcons. I haven't ever seen falcons up there. I didn't know they were up there now. Well, before. Now I do. Anyway, thanks for watching my journey, and tune in next time.